little heavier weight on this one. Get it down a little deeper, see what happens.
So we're talking walleye fishing, big walleyes, suspended. If we can't catch any between all this phenomenal knowledge in the boat, well, we'll just never show the show. What do you think? Let's go.
Coming up, putting walleye in the boat is our objective this week, as Bob demonstrates jigging and trolling techniques sure to catch those iridescent eyes. Whether it's a bitter December night or a searing July afternoon, Bob proves that preparation, persistence, and proper rod performance will prevail upon the most stubborn walleye. First, Bob is joined by fellow tournament angler Rick McCrory and guides Mark Curry and Mike Phillips as the guys troll with planer boards on the Bay of Quinte. Then, we're off to north of Superior Country, where Bob jigs up some walleye on the Ogoki Reservoir.
That is a big fish. Here comes. Whoa. All right. Oh, man. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Look at that big lighter. Yeah. That's huge. Oh, baby. That thing is a monster. Whoa.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Izumi.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, I got one. Look at that thing. Help! Look at those teeth.
Bob Izumi!
All right. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh. Whoa. All right. Look at the size of this fish.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Chevrolet, Mercury, #1 on the water, and Tim Hortons.
Hey, folks, that's what I call real fishing. Yeah, it's funny how those seagulls can stand on water out here. Very talented. Okay, maybe some people would think we're a little crazy. We got a bit of wet snow here, middle of December. We're out near Lake Ontario, sort of in between Lake Ontario and Bay of Quinte, and I got some guys from the other side of the border with me. Well, I don't mean south side, I mean east. We're talking Quebecers. Got Rick McCrory, he's got his Ranger down here. Rick travels with me fishing the FLW series as a co-angler, and got Mark Curry, bass guide, who guides all over Quebec and Ontario. Mike Phillips, muskie guide. I got 2 full-time guides, 1 full-time wine connoisseur, and whatever I do, host a show or something. So we're going to see what we can catch. Night fishing in December is chilly business, but you can't beat that warm feeling that comes from landing a nice big walleye. We ran 4 lines out of Rick's boat using boards to get better spread and cover more water. Trolling with planer boards requires a slow, steady speed and good control, so we attached a drift sock on each side of the boat. Mike and Mark were constantly adjusting line length and lures looking for a winning combination, while Rick and I kept our eyes on the GPS hoping to mark some fish. As darkness fell upon us, we lost sight of the boards and were preparing to call it a night. But Rick, reeling in one of our last lines, reminded us why we went to all that trouble.
Come on.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me put the light on.
We've been working hard for this one, and they're coming right to the end. This is a desperation fish. The honey,
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Good fish.
Yeah, good fish.
Hold on a second, guys.
10-pound plus for sure.
Yeah, 10-pound class. We got her in the Beckman, buddy.
In the back.
That's a beauty.
Right there.
That looks like a pretty good one to me.
Oh,
boys.
yeah.
Is that good, Rick?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Look at that.
Oh,
Oh, man. I thought you said it was a small one.
well,
Rick.
you know, you never know. It was swimming with us all the time.
Wow.
It wasn't swimming against us.
What do you think? That's a 12, huh?
That's huge.
12 pound.
Hey, what a bonus. We got a scale out or not? Ow, ow, ow.
11 pounds on the nose.
11 on the nose.
All right, Rick, give me a... stick that fish out.
That's what they look like. I think it was punishing us, just making us keep fishing. Good. Back in the drink.
311 bucket.
Yep.
This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
Right on the break. You know, that's one thing, folks, when it comes to fishing walleyes. And is it's so easy with the right tools. Now, in this case, I got a little X67C. It's a color Lowrance portable unit. And why haphazardly troll around the lake when in this case you can fish exactly along the contour line by watching and using your underwater eyes? What you can do is effectively cover the water at exactly where the fish are. I mean, you can get in that strike zone instead of getting too deep or too shallow. By watching your depth finder, you can stay right in the fish zone. Folks, effective fishing, staying in the strike zone, very important. Hey, in my line of work, you better be where the fish are instead of where they're not. The old saying, 90% of the fish are in 10% of the lake, so true.
Joined by Rick and Mike, Bob makes another run on the windy Bay of Quinte after more of those monster eyes. But something else is lurking in the
Hard
frosty
to tell
depths.
so far back. Okay, boys, let's get her in. Invigorated by Rick's late night walleye, Mike and I decided to join him for another day in the water. You want to drive, Rick? Benefiting from his years of experience and a good night's rest, Mike worked tirelessly to configure our lines and emulate our success from the night before. Using deep diving plugs, he was able to carefully monitor and adjust depth with the line counters. Then it was a matter of matching bait color and shape to the anticipated visibility at various depths. One of the shallower lines was first to show us some action with surprising results.
We got a fish on the real shallow running board.
Did you mark it, Rick? You know, a lot of the guys say do not pump the rod. You just want to keep steady. You don't want to pull the hooks. So I'm just going to...
Slow and steady wins the race with these guys, that's for sure.
Yeah, keep her steady, eh, Mike?
Yes, sir. Back up a hair, Bob, and I'll pop that board off. She's on the top. She looks pretty good.
I don't think it's a jumbo, but hey.
She's decent. They're all decent. You get the net.
Yeah, we have the backman.
We got the bait.
Running 10-pound fire line here. That's a pike. We got a pike.
No.
That is so weird. You know, you don't catch a lot of pike out here in this deeper water, but today, it's not a bad size pike.
That's a 10 or a 12, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, she's a lunker.
Yeah, actually, you know, for down there, that's a good sized pike.
Very nice, yeah.
There we go. Of course, we just went around that shoal, didn't we?
Yeah.
Must have been relating to that hump. Alrighty.
Look at that, Bob. That's
fatty, eh?
That's a good 10-pounder at least.
Yeah. Alright. Is that our bonus fish for today?
There you go. There you go. We'll give her a drink.
Torpedo release.
No revival time in this cold water.
Maybe we can get a drum. The next. Good old sheep's head. What do you think? Does that make me look goofy?
It's not the hat.
Okay. Oh,
there
yeah,
she is.
Not a bad looking fish back there.
Looks good from here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, big walleye.
I don't know. You think?
Yeah.
Hard to tell so far back. It's going faster than the boat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Looking at it, probably 8-9 pounds.
28. Oh, no. She's pretty good.
Yeah, how many inches?
I would say 28. At least.
Yeah. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Alright, we're going to release this guy.
Alright.
You should go no problem in cold water. And there she
yeah.
goes. Look at that, right to the bottom.
You know, one of the things I really want to stress is dress warm. And I've got a number of layers on right now, and I'm going to get some gloves on. I'm not as hardy as these guys from Montreal, you know. Once I brought in that big walleye, we knew Mike had zeroed in on our target fish. Sure enough, his hard work paid big dividends. Alrighty, we got one on here. You know, we're working today pretty hard for these fish. It's just a miserable, windy day out here.
Feels heavy. Feels heavy.
Serious?
Yeah, feels heavy.
Feels heavy. Mike knows he's got lots of muskies as a full-time muskie guide in the Montreal area. I'll take that board off. These little boards are so handy, aren't they, for keeping the baits away from
another 40 feet coming up here.
Okay.
Same type of release with that center pin on it also.
Feel like a good one?
Feels heavy, yeah.
Good stuff. What's that on the 10-pound fire line? Yeah.
And she's staying down.
All of a sudden the hands aren't quite as, well, okay, they're cold. I'm not reeling the fish.
Beautiful.
You see these little snap weights here. Just snap them on your line, and that'll get that bait down, obviously, considerably deeper, too. So if you're using a big, long, minnow bait with a long lip, or even a shallow runner, you can get them down into the strike zone better. What's happening back there?
We could have a giant here. We could have a giant.
Just keep her a little bit that way, Rick, so we can keep that sun sort of off.
I'm only 15 feet away, so I'm going to grab that.
Okay, let me grab the Beckman here. And this Beckman handle's about 15 feet long.
Perfect. I'm going to come on this side, I think. She wants to come on this side.
Okay.
Oh, no, she changed her mind. Oh, she's a giant.
Is that?
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Oh,
a giant.
man. That is a big fish. Okay. Oh, man.
Oh, man, we got a giant.
That is a monster.
We got a giant there, Rick.
Oh, wow. Looky there, boys and girls.
Giant.
What's your biggest walleye ever?
This is probably close.
It could be, huh? Look at the size of this fish. Okay.
I can almost see my finger. There we go. Woof.
Lucky there. Didn't feel good in the finger?
It didn't go in, thank
Okay.
God.
Hold that baby up.
Geez.
Alrighty. Oh, man. Look at that.
There we go. What a beauty, huh?
Trophy eye.
What do you think? That's got to be 13, 14 maybe.
Easily.
Huh?
What a big
Giant.
fish. Good stuff.
Alrighty.
Oh, man. Captain Heingrinder. Good guide job on the wheel. All right. You know, the thing is if you pay your dues, and you know there was no chance we were quitting today, even though the wind's up. But there has been that doubt of why are we out here in heavy winds fishing? Wind chill factor is pretty cold, although it's not freezing. The guides aren't freezing up, so it's not bad. But you always kind of second guess yourself sometimes when the fishing's slow, but that's what happens when you keep at it. And I would say perseverance, not patience. A lot of people think patience is the key to fishing. I think more perseverance. Mike has been in the back here all morning long, changing the baits and depths, and running different types of colors, just to see what those fish want, because the fish are really scattered. There was a good flurry of fish this fall, but now that middle of December's rolled around, fish are scattered. There's one here, one there, but boy, if you're talking about giants like the one that Mike just caught, it's worth putting the time in. Just keep switching up. Give me some love, boy.
Alrighty.
All right.
Let's see if we can put this big girl back.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, she's ready to go.
Jumbo walleye.
She's kicking already. There you
Off
go.
camera, we put the Berkeley
There she
scales
goes.
on, and we had just under
Right to the
13 pounds. Not quite, but close. Mike, good fish.
All
Hey,
right,
it's
thank you.
been a lot of fun, man. I
All
got to
right.
get out with you muskie fishing.
I appreciate it.
Full-time guiding. What do you call your muskie business in
Muskie
Montreal?
Mike's charters.
Not a bad day. Toothy critters, both pike and walleye today. Mid-December, what can I say? We're out here enjoying the wonderful warm weather we've got.
Had to change the front hook on this one. She tore it up pretty good.
Up next, it's time to fly north of Lake Superior. Bob uses slipstreaming boat control to drop jigs around tricky cover on the walleye-saturated Ogoki Reservoir.
Just jigging up some walleyes here.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. To be certain, walleye have been aptly named. Those big eyes and giant pupils are there for good reason, allowing maximum light penetration in dark or stained conditions. Appearing from nowhere, walleye easily see your bait beyond the range of any camera. Consequently, they avoid sunlight, becoming inactive in deep water or shaded cover, though you can still turn a few with finesse techniques. Overcast and windy days increase activity and produce consistent fishing. Even so, you just can't beat the early morning and evening time periods for hot action. Progressively less stationary, they start to move around in search of food. With filming becoming increasingly difficult, we'd still like to show you how things look down under as best we can. It's now the magic hour just before dark, and one of the best ways to cover water is with hard baits. Cast or troll larger ones, especially those with reflective gold or silver finishes, to pick up on any remaining light. As you can see, they really stand out in the darkness, and that vibrating, pulsing flash draws walleye from a distance, and it will continue to do so in total darkness. If soft plastics are your game, choose larger ones with a reflective or pearlescent finish, and you'll accomplish the same thing. Once you locate them, you can even elect to have a little fun. When it comes to prime time, being seen and heard is all it takes.
There's no doubt you can put some big walleye in the boat during the colder season, but lots of us love fishing on those hot summer days as well. In July, I visited Matisse Lake Outfitters on the Agoki Reservoir, a few hours north of Lake Superior. Agoki is a flooded forest on the Canadian Shield and offers lots of cover for fish. With plenty of jig hits and an ample supply of sunscreen, I made use of slipstreaming boat control techniques in the current to bring aboard some nice meal-sized walleye. It's so cool. That fish tapped it and I could feel it like it was connected to a pole. You know, it's like clockwork when you've got the proper boat control. And just jigging up some walleyes here. All right, that's a decent one. That little walleye there just sucked this 3/8 ounce jig. Now I'm fishing in a lot of current, and I've got a 3/8 ounce max gap jig. It's a Lindy jig, and I've got a red bleeding hook on there, and these are a pretty cool jig. Now I've got it tipped with some of the Gulp Alive. It's a 4-inch minnow, and that is just something else. Let me just pull right up where I caught that fish, see if we can't jig another one up. Boat control is something that I think a lot of people really don't consider when they go fishing. You know, whether they're trolling sort of haphazardly down the lake or, you know, trying to hold on an area. The fact is that, you know, just a little outboard like this 9.9 Merc can be your best friend. So here, let me just throw it up current a bit. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that heavy jig down, and it's like 40 feet, and it comes up to 30 feet here. I'm going to get it down, right down to the bottom. Okay. Now I've got it down to the bottom here. See my line, it's gone limp, so that means I'm on bottom, right? I'm just going to keep a tight line. And in this case here, I'm just keeping the motor in neutral, drifting in the current, drifting down with the jig, the same speed. And as soon as one thumps it, and I'm using the motor just kicking in and out of gear because I want to really stay up with it. Now it's going to come up into shallower water here, and those fish are right on the ledge. Oh, baby.
Stay tuned as Bob goes in-depth on how to master tough current with slipstreaming and beats the heat to land even more walleye.
That's a little better fish right there. Whatever they put in there, the fish sure do find it attractive. Sort of like chewing gum and walking down the street at the same time. You want to keep one hand on your rod and reel, one hand on your throttle, holding it into the current ever so slightly, and now my line is directly straight down. If my line starts to go faster than the boat, then I'm going to put it in reverse just to punch it a bit so I can catch up with that line. Eric Hodgins, who's back in that boat, who's just a master walleye fisherman, especially fishing the Detroit River, really knows how to control a boat for doing this. I've never seen a guy catch so many fish in the current as he can, just because he knows how to hold the boat steady so that his jig is almost directly below the boat for the ultimate feel, sensitivity, and control. Well, there's a fish right there. Okay, that's a little better fish right there. If you've got a lot of line out, chances are you're gonna snag up, lose a lot of fish, lose a lot of jigs, of course, and probably just not feel the hits. All right. You know, it's so cool fishing this way. Pretty cool stuff. Let me just go up and make another drift here. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. And the first thing I'm gonna do now, once this transducer clicks in, is okay. So it's about 38, 39 feet of water here. And I'll come up into about, 30, all the way to 26 feet of water. That's how we're gonna catch it. There we go. Just magic when you get the bait down there. Whoa, baby. I can feel everything as it's bouncing along the bottom. There's the fish right there. Yeah. It's a great thing about a tiller motor, like the little outboard that I'm using now, is the fact that you really can control the boat and do everything just from the back of the boat. There we go. Oh, Mr. Walleye. Feels like just a normal, average, good eating size walleye right here. Oh yeah. Not supposed to release him that way, but you know what? I was gonna put it back anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know, I hope you enjoyed today's show on walleye techniques, and I sure hope you put more fish in the boat next time you get out on the water. Available all over Ontario, walleyes are a very popular fish and not as elusive as some anglers may think. Targeting walleyes is about presentation and determination. Research the body of water you want to hit, consult resources, especially local guides and experts, to find out what works. Vary your approach and keep an open mind. Whether it's a cold December night or a hot July afternoon, the walleyes are down there just waiting for the right presentation. Hey folks, we'll see you next time right here for some more real fishing. Yeah, all right. This is a big fish. That is a fish of a lifetime. Whoa. Well, that is just amazing. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. Wow. That was too cool. Oh, man, what a fish. Look at that.